everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops, and I have this in the color G40. Now this is a very recent new product that came out and a lot of girls like it, so I wanted to try it and I decided to get it. I'm going to first show you how to apply it and then I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to show you the application right now, and then after that I'll give you my review. The first thing I'm going to do is apply moisturizer, and I'm going to be using the Shiseido Ibuki Refining Moisturizer, and I've been liking this moisturizer a lot. It's a very nice, like, runny consistency. It doesn't feel super heavy on my skin, so I like to use this. My skin has been a little bit extra dry, and I am a little sick with, well, I don't even know if it's sick, if I'm really sick or if it's just allergies, but so I just like to apply this all over my skin first because I always like to moisturize. I've also been using the Olay Regenerist Luminous Dark Circle Correcting Eye Cream, and I actually show you guys in my previous video in the haul that I did, and I got this from Target in their summer beauty box, and I've been liking it a lot. So today I'm going to be reviewing the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops, and I have it in the color G40, so I am going to be using this today. I'm going to be using this with the NARS Radiance Enhancing Pro Prime, so I'm going to be using a primer and this together. I've been liking using the CoverFX Custom Drops with my moisturizer, which is this one, and I also like using a primer with it. So those are my two favorite ways to apply it. Today I'm going to be using my primer. So I just put a little bit of it, and this is more like a creamy, it's not very silicone. The NARS primer is not silicone, it's more like a moisturizer, so I like that, especially on my dry skin. So I'm going to just apply maybe 4 or 5. I did 4 drops, and as you guys can see, I'm going to mix it with my brush. I'm going to be using my brush. As you can see, it blended really easily, and I like to put it on my hand just like that because I am blending it, and you guys are going to see it's a little bit darker than my skin, but it's actually a really good match with my neck. So I really like using the NARS primer because it's really moisturizing, and it gives me a really nice medium coverage when I apply 4 drops. I like the coverage that it gives me with the primer and the moisturizer, but I feel like the primer just holds the pigment a lot better than my moisturizer. So I like using this with more of a thicker product. I put you closer in a little bit so you guys can see, but it's a really nice color, and I think it matches my skin really well with my neck. So as you guys can see right now, I don't have any concealer or anything, it's just the foundation, but I think it's a really good coverage. It feels a little bit tacky, but just give it maybe like a minute or so and it's gonna like just dry and change into a powder, and it gives me really good coverage. I really like it. As you guys can see, I had, you know, a bit of like blemishes on my chin, on my cheeks, and then on my forehead, but it gives me a really nice coverage, so I really love it. So I got this from Sephora. It retails for $44, and it claims that a dropper with concentrated pigments for convenient customization of any product in your beauty regimen, allowing you to control the level of coverage. So this is more of just something that you would add to any product, like a primer, a moisturizer, even tinted moisturizer, any type of oil. You can use any of those products with this pigment, and this is just a very concentrated pigment like it says, and it has a drop it, so you can just mix it, and you can use, they say 3 drops gives you sort of a, 2 drops gives you a nice sheer coverage, 4 drops gives you a medium to full coverage, and then if you use 6 drops, then it gives you a full coverage. As you guys gonna see in my video, I used 4 drops, and it gave me a really nice full coverage. Like, I'm really impressed with the coverage. I have not applied any powder. All the powder that I applied was on my concealer, and then of course blush and bronzer. Also very easy to apply. It's just a really nice coverage. You can use the beauty blender, which I use the beauty blender, but you can also use a brush And for today I use this brush, which is just a flat top synthetic brush, and it gives me a really nice coverage, and I like using this more than my beauty blender because the beauty blender kind of shears it out, but if you want more of a full coverage, then I recommend using a brush with it. So now I want to talk about how long it lasts on my skin. Now Chicago, where I live, has been super hot, and I've tried this in the very humid, hot, rainy weather, and it lasted for more than 10 hours. Like, I was wearing my makeup for 10 hours and it was great. Like, the coverage was perfect. I didn't have to apply any powder. It did break down a little bit on my nose, a little bit by like the 8th hour, but seriously, for 8 hours, I think it was just an amazing foundation. This is probably my top foundation slash pigment of the moment, just because it gives me a really nice coverage, as you guys can see, and it's very matte. It's great for the summer right now. Now I do have dry skin, so I feel like if you have oily to combination skin, I would set it with powder just so that it can give you a longer lasting finish. I also like the range that it has. It has neutrals, golden, and pink undertones, so it caters for almost everyone. I have the color G40. Now when I got it, it was darker. It looked darker, the pigment looked darker, but because I added it with a primer that was white, it made it a little bit more sheer, and it's actually a really good match for my skin. So if you're sort of my complexion, then I got the G40, but if you have more pink undertones, and then it caters to the pink color undertones, and if you're more neutral and you don't know if you're golden or pink, then you can get the neutral one and it will match you very well. This has 0.5 fluid ounce, and usually a foundation gives you 1 ounce, so it's half of it, but once again, it's so concentrated that you don't need a lot of it, and that's why they give you less. The good thing about it, I guess, is that it's a little bit messy because it is in a droplet, and then you are mixing, you know, your oil, your moisturizer, your primer with it, so it gets a little messy. I like using my hand and putting it here like you saw in my demo. So you have to like go wash your hands if you want to finish applying your makeup. So that's the only downside, but I feel like, you know, that's how it's supposed to be, and you know, if you don't like it, then you can always use a regular foundation or a powder foundation, but that's the only downside about it. But other than that, my review is a really great positive one. I give it 5 out of 5. I love the coverage. It lasts a long time. It gives you a really good range of different like undertones, skin tones for you, so it caters for almost everyone. And yeah, I just love how the coverage and the way that my skin looks like. So I would give it a try. I know it's $44, but you can always put it on your wish list and ask someone to buy it for you. If your birthday's coming up, or you know, someone wants to give you a gift, just tell them to get that for you, because I love it and I know you love it too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you have any other questions, or if I left something out, I will definitely talk about it on the description box. And if you guys want me to do another review or anything like that, then let me know on the comments below. I was gonna say description box, but no, on the comments below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe because it is free. And if you guys want to see more videos, then that will just let you know whenever I upload a video on YouTube. So that is it. I hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!